February 16th, 2011, I was diagnosed terminal with 6 weeks to live. I was transported back to my home state in Vermont so I could be close to family. And 3 weeks after my original diagnosis, I passed away in the intensive care unit of Fletcher Allen Hospital in Burlington, Vermont, for what seemed like 20 seconds. But for me, it seemed like eternity. I found myself in what appeared to be a dream state, in a large, dark expanse, with what appeared off in the distance to be a red, curved light that I either traveled to or it traveled to me. I could smell things in this dream. I could taste things. I could feel a vibration I had never experienced in my life. And a sense of peace I still to this day have difficulty explaining. There was a light that appeared over the precipice of this expanse, and it grew and grew. It was pure white. But a face emerged in that light, and there were words. In fact, I don't even remember anybody's lips moving, but there was a question from him, and honestly, I thought it was the face of God. There was no ambiguity where I was. I knew exactly what was happening. And to be honest with you, I'd already given up in my hospital bed. But that question loomed forever to me and still does. He just simply asked, "Are you ready?" I didn't think about it. I didn't even pause. I immediately said no. And he began to smile, this giant face and this giant light. And I reached out and touched his face. I thought my teeth would fall out of my head. It was the most peaceful feeling I'd ever felt in my entire life. And it would be 2 years later, which is typically the average for most experiencers to realize what happened to them was actually a near-death experience. Almost everything changed about me overnight. I recounted 15 pages before finding a picture 2 years later of a man I had never seen or remembered in my past. And it turned out to be the same man in that light. That man was my grandfather, who died 28 years before my birth. My mind went crazy when I put it all together, what had happened to me. And it justified a little bit about those 2 years and treatment and surviving the impossible. But the question wasn't the miracles of a near-death experience. The question really was the humility involved in sharing my entire story, which was, how exactly do you describe these miracles when you have no functioning immune system? You see, when I was diagnosed as a 41-year-old married man with end-stage AIDS. It'll capture your attention. I lived a promiscuous life. This isn't about rationalizing your mistakes, quote unquote, in life. It's about getting the hell up and doing something with it that's going to change this world.